So welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrew and this is Drone 360 World. So now finally, after weeks of waiting, DJI have finally released their Mini 5 Pro. So as you can see, it's just arrived from Amazon, so I thought I'm going to do the unboxing with you and see exactly what you get for your money. So let's get started. And so there it is. So as you know, I'm in the UK and this is the Fly More combo, which comes with the RCN3. Now on Amazon at the time of ordering, they didn't have it with the RCN2 or the RC Pro 2. It was only this version that was available. And because I'm in the UK, it only comes with the standard batteries. It doesn't come with the extended ones. So we are limited to the 36 minutes per battery. Now obviously by the time I finish the unboxing, I should have done the full review of the Mini 5 Pro, and that'll be on my channel as well. But first of all, I'm going to go through everything that comes in the box with you. Now I'm guessing the drone is going to be very popular, especially with those people upgrading from older drones in the Mini series. And with this one, it's the first one to come with the 1-inch sensor. So that's going to give you better low light quality. It also, as well as having the regular omnidirectional sensors as you've got on the Mini 4 Pro, you've also got the new LiDAR sensors, which are better for when you're flying at night time. Now there's also been an update with the gimbal. So as well as having the regular horizontal and vertical orientation of the gimbal, this one comes with a new rotational, and that can rotate up to 225 degrees. Okay, so with that done, let's get into it and see exactly what's in the box. So this is the bag it comes with. It's quite similar to the Mini 4 bag, although it does seem to be slightly bigger. Just check the comparison between the two. Yes, you can see it is quite a little bit larger than the bag that came with the Mini 4 Pro. Okay, so let's see what's in the bag. So you've got your usual zip pocket, just with the silica gel. We've got the RCN3, the drone itself, the charging hub with 2 batteries, and another black box. And as I said, it is quite a bit bigger than the box for the Mini 4 Pro. At least with this one, everything's got its own little compartments with the sections sewn in, so it's not very customizable, but I suppose that's better because you know everything's going to fit in the right place. So then you've got the basic RCN3, which is the same as all the other models which come with the various DJI drones, where you've got your sticks at the bottom with your USB-C power. They screw in there. Then you've got your function buttons and the camera orientation, your pause and return to home, your on and off, your speed being cine, normal and sport. Then you've also got your camera and video button and your scroll wheel, and then this comes up for your phone to sit inside there. And as you can see there, you've got the cable to attach the phone to the controller. Now if you have got another drone, for example I've got the Mini 4 Pro, and you've got a different controller like the RC2 or the RC Pro 2, that'll also work with the DJI Mini 5 Pro. So next we got the battery charging hub, and again this is a similar design as to what we've got with the DJI Mini 4 Pro, which will take 3 batteries, and you've just got the indicator lights and they just clip in and out. As I said, these are just the normal standard batteries because that's all we can get in Europe and the UK at the moment. Okay, so let's go on to the accessory box. Okay, so first of all, we've got the propellers, and these new propellers are not like the old ones on the Mini 4 Pro where you had to have a screw. They are now a just pop and twist. So that makes it a lot easier when you are out and about and you break a propeller. You don't need to worry about these losing the screws and the screwdriver because these just pop on, twist, and they're good to go. So you've got 1, 2, 3, you've got 6 propellers, which is a bit silly considering you've got 4 on the 4 propellers on the drone. But I'm guessing they're not expecting you to change all the propellers at once. Now you've also got your USB-C charging cable, which is plain USB-C to USB-C, so there's nothing new there. And you've also got the cable to connect your iPhone through to the controller, as it's USB-C and Lightning. So also in the box, we've got, I'm assuming these are the ND filters. Yeah, and these come in an ND8, 32 and 128. So there's nothing in between. So I guess if you're going to need anything else, you're going to have to get them from a third-party provider. They do feel a bit flimsy there, but I suppose that's just with the ease to ease them on. And you can see you've got little clips there on top and bottom to fit them on to the gimbal. So you've got the 3 of those and the nice case to fit them in. Can't get them back in. There we go. And that's them there. So that's the ND filters. So also in the box, we've got some stickers and the usual manual. Now that's unusual. I wasn't expecting that. Here you can see you've got class 1 stickers. To be a class 1, it has to be over 250 grams. So if you go back and you look at the Mini 4 Pro, you can see here, let me take that off, you can see a bit clearer. So as you can see here, you've got a C0 classification, but you've got stickers here to change it over to a class 1. Now I'm guessing that's because there's been a lot of things online saying that the Mini 5 Pro does actually weigh more than 249 grams. So that would make it in the class 1 category as opposed to a class 0. So that's going to be something to bear in mind. But we'll do a little weight test now shortly and see what it comes in as. So the final thing we got now is the DJI Mini 5 Pro. And there it is. Now it has got a new gimbal connector, and that just hooks on to the bottom part here and then comes off all in one piece. And then we've got the little bits of paper and the padding we can take off, protects the gimbal. You don't need those, they can go. And let's see, right, okay, so as I was saying here, so you can see that you've got the C-Class sticker there. So I'm guessing that it is going to be interchangeable with the C1 if it does actually weigh over the 249.9 grams that it's billed as weighing. So on the front of the drone, as I said, you've got the sensors there for the omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, both on the front and the rear. Then you've got your LiDAR sensors for when you're returning to home at night or in low light conditions, and they'll also assist with detecting anything like branches if you fly in complicated environments. And now you've got the 1-inch sensor on the gimbal. And as I said before, the gimbal will rotate from vertical to horizontal, but you've also got the option to change it 225 degrees. So it goes from 45 degrees to minus 180 degrees. And you can control that in manual mode or in any of the flight modes as well. So you've also got your little LEDs. So on the bottom you've got more sensors, the light and the infrared. Now another new feature of the drone is the fact that it'll do an auto power on. So once the drone's unfolded, when you undo the rear right leg, you'll see here that the drone will automatically power on. And that's been carried over from the from the Mavic series. Now you can change that manually in the settings if you want to switch it on and off, but that's entirely up to you. So another thing that they've done is when the batteries are dead, if you go to replace the battery and you take one out and then you put a new charge battery in, it should start up again automatically, as you can see there. Switch it off now and see how those ND filters fit. So I'm just going to hold the gimbal and I'll slide it on from the bottom first, and then they just clip into place, and you can see that's quite sturdy. And then to remove it, you just do it from the top and off it comes. So it's great again that you haven't got to go out and buy new ND filters from a third party, that it's all going to be included in the price. So I'm going to go back to the weight issue I was talking about a few minutes ago. Now, as you can see from the Mini Pro 4, it does actually state that it's 249 grams ultralight drone. But if you're looking at the Mini 5 Pro, there's nothing on here to say the weight of the drone. So again, that makes me think that DJI know that it's going to be over the specified 249.9 grams. Now, obviously, depending on where you are, that's going to cause a problem, because the drone could potentially land you in trouble if it is over the 249 gram mark. So you may need to check the drone just to make sure you don't fall foul of any regulations where you actually live. Now, there has been a lot of talk on things like Reddit recently of people weighing their drones and saying that it does actually come in more than the specified 249.9 grams. So here's my Mini 4 and that's coming in as 249 grams. And now I'm going to put on the Mini 5 and that comes in as 254 grams. So actually that is making it a class 1 drone as opposed to a class 0 drone. And I'm guessing that's why they've put those stickers in, just in case you need to adjust the weight to comply with your local regulations. Okay, so that's everything done. I will be doing more videos over the next few weeks on the new DJI Mini 5 Pro, on the Mini 4 Pro, on the Neo, as well as the Hover X1 Pro and Pro Max. So if you did find it useful, if you could do the like and subscribe thing, that would be greatly appreciated. Try and get me over the 500 subscribers. If you want to ask me any questions or got any comments, please let me know below, and I'll catch you again next time. Thanks very much.